Please welcome our first speaker. Larry Sapinski, Labeling Your Destiny. Labeling Your Destiny, Larry Sapinski.
Every day we come face to face with labels, calorie count, fiber content, and my favorite, warning, warning, this knife was manufactured with a sharp edge. You think? And then there are other kind of labels, such as the invisible label you and I apply to our personal situations and experiences. We instantly decide whether or not this situation is good or bad, right or wrong. And then we slap a label on it. Madam Cottage Chair, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests, do you think it's possible if we took a step back, we might realize we applied the wrong label? More importantly, do you think it's possible if we gathered more information, we might just realize what we thought was bad might really turn out to be our destiny? After hearing my story, I'm hoping you'll look back on yours and maybe you'll realize you applied the wrong labels in certain situations just like I did. I was working as a police officer for 14 years, and during this time I was living my dream. I would wake up every morning, eat my bowl of Captain Crunch with Crunch Berries because a crime fighter needs the extra protein. I would don my suit of armor and go off and battle the evildoers of my Gotham City. I was convinced this armor would protect me from anything and everything sent my way. This thought process ended in December of 1996. During our shift, two of my fellow officers were involved in a high-speed pursuit trying to apprehend an armed robber. An innocent bystander pulled into the path of their vehicle. They swerved, they lost control, they hit a telephone pole. Both of my friends were killed instantly. They weren't just co-workers, but these were my brothers in blue. This situation shook me to my core, and it stripped away my armor. I labeled this situation a tragedy, and it was. And every day I would drive past the scene of the accident and have to relive the horrors of that evening. I knew I needed to make a change, and the obvious change was to move to a new city and start over. Having friends and relatives in Wichita, Kansas, made the choice relatively easy. I flew out to Wichita. I went through the hiring process, and they offered me a job. I found a beautiful home on a nice scenic lake. I filled out all my pre-purchase paperwork, and I returned back to Ohio to prepare to move to my new hometown. 3 weeks before this move, I received a letter from the Wichita Police Department. Dear Mr. Sapinski, it is with regret we must inform you your job offer has been rescinded because you do not possess the proper college degree. I've got 14 years experience and they won't hire me because I don't possess the proper degree. I now found myself without a job, without a home, and with a situation that deserved a very special label. And trust me, it got the label it deserved, but because of proper politeness protocol, I can't tell you what that label was. We'll just say it was bad. I knew I needed to make another plan, and quick. I started doing research. I learned the city of New Orleans was hiring. I flew down, I went through the hiring process, and once again, I was offered a job. I found another beautiful house. This one had pecan trees in the front, a kidney bean-shaped swimming pool in the back. Once again, I filled out the pre-purchase paperwork and returned back to Ohio to get ready to move to my new hometown. 2 weeks before this move, I received the phone call. Hello, Mr. Sapinski. This is Officer Thomas with the New Orleans Police Department. Sir, I'm very sorry to inform you, but your job offer has been placed on hold indefinitely because of a hiring freeze. Hiring freeze? I thought things only freeze up in the Northeast. Once again, I found myself without a job, without a home, and with a situation that deserved a very special label. In respect to Toastmasters International, we'll just say this one was very bad. I decided to stay put in Ohio, make things work, and I did. And over the years, I gathered information about these events. And what I learned changed my life forever. The night of the fateful car accident that claimed the lives of my 2 fellow officers. That night, I was scheduled to be in that car, and a last-minute scheduling change assigned me to a different part of the city. I planned to move to Wichita, Kansas in December of 1997. In May of 1998, an F4 tornado came whipping through Wichita, wiping 89 homes off the face of the earth. My house was one of those 89. You all remember what happened in New Orleans, 2005, Hurricane Katrina. What you didn't know until now is the beautiful home I pre-purchased. It was washed away by the Mississippi River. Through these 3 life-altering events, I learned 3 very important lessons. Number 1, if you're going to label your bad situations and talk about them in a contest, use good, clean labels. It saves on editing later. Number 2, I learned what I labeled tragic, bad, and very bad actually turned out to be blessings in disguise for me. And finally, more importantly, I learned my life doesn't always give me what I want, but it always gives me what I need. And there is a difference. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight I want to leave you with this challenge. The next time you go to slap that label on your next bad situation, take a step back, gather more information, and maybe, just maybe, you'll realize what you thought was bad really was turning out to be your destiny.